Hello and very warm welcome to Card for the Day by Healing Hand Services, and my name is Julie-Sian. Today is Sunday the 19th of December 2021, and the deck I've been drawn to use is the Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards by Izzy. So as I'm sitting here connecting to Mother Earth and Father Spirit, calling in our angels, archangel spirits and guides and loved ones and our ancestors, asking what knowledge, wisdom and insight they'd love to share with us. So I take a slow breath in, hold and release, just so I can get myself aligned with my mind, body and spirit, and be aligned with our spirit guides. I thank them for being with us today, as they always have been and as they always will be. Thank you. I'm very gently feeling their beautiful energies coming in and surrounding us, just like a beautiful warm hug around us. And I thank them. Thank them for their knowledge, wisdom and insight. Connecting. Beautiful energies today. Love it. And we have full spectrum. Look at this amazing, beautiful card. Look at all the imagery, all the signs and symbols. We have crystal skulls at the bottom. Lovely. I love it. Just looking over her heart or her eye, the color. Full spectrum. So I'm just going to check the book and read to you and it opens actually on the page. I absolutely love it. So I will read to you Izzy Ivy's interpretation of this amazing card. If you wish to just think of the wording, full spectrum, or actually just meditate on this image of this card. Yeah, beautiful. Creating heaven on earth by honoring the perfection of nature's cycles, going beyond the judgment of the good and bad, the merging of duality, raw nature, earth wisdom, connecting to the ancestors, shadows as the fertile soil for exponential growth. The way forward is in the whisperings of the land, honoring the full spectrum of life. What does heaven on earth look like to you? Do you imagine lush green nature, ancient forests, pristine beaches, crystalline water systems, and all the planet's residents in full, healthy, living in harmony with each other? And yet nature in its purest, rawest form is a balance of life and death, growth and decomposition, and eaters and the eaten. In one way or another, this is the natural flux of life. We already live in Eden, but our efforts to own and segregate brings us further away from this paradigm. Power trips, the need for imagined security, fear or avoidance of the shadow keeps us out of our freedom. The need to preserve and hold on tightly only stunts our growth and leaves us drowning in a sea of plastic. The real disease on earth, the barrier to Eden, is in our minds. Life happens, but it is our own perception of good and bad and our black and white judgments that prevent us from seeing the grander truth. When duality becomes one, we will find Shambhala before us. Perhaps we can find inspiration from nature and the animal kingdom. Does the tiny frog spend its day anxious over its vulnerable future? What happens when we realize fertile compost greets us when we all allow ourselves to transmute our pain? When we honor all that came before, our roots are nourished and we grow with more vitality, vibrancy, and the life force. We can anchor more light for the collective and in turn seed new growth. What happens when we realize the keys to our future are in the wisdom of the earth and the dreamings of the indigenous? That the answers are in the geometry of the macro and the microism, the nurturing embrace of oneness, in Mama Nature's arms. What happens when we find peace within the full spectrum of life? Even the notion of separation, this disease, can be symbolized as no more than a blackened leaf on a healthy tree. The ebb and flow of our evolution and devolution is a temporary blip in the universe. The message is to be what we can, to ground heaven on earth, but not out of fear. We often try to avoid or run away from negative situations. But when fear steers our decisions and actions, far more devastation can result. When we choose to let our hearts lead us away from stories and outdated patterns, our challenges become the fertile compost that feeds our ascending tendrils as they reach to the heavens and ground its light back on earth. So step out of the black and white mentality of judgment. Go beyond the concepts of the good and bad. This card invites you to honor the full spectrum of life and find a new way of perceiving your situation. When we judge something, we create a story around it. These stories often create limitations and illusions. Subconsciously, we gather so many of these stories over a lifetime. To heal our dis-ease and crystallize the new way, we need to create a space of no story where miraculous healing can happen. This space empowers us to be all we are and allow us to know our truth. Embrace the full spectrum of creation in all her colors, the raw, muddy, earth-bound shadow parts of a situation to determine whether they are actually bad or if the stories you've held on to are limiting your perceptives. It's all an illusion, this plastic life that we find ourselves in. Remove the illusions. We are living in Eden. It's just an illusion that we can't see it. A very, very powerful message. I do hope you've enjoyed this card. If you have, don't forget to press like, share and subscribe. If you'd like to have your own reading, don't forget to contact me. How to contact me are in the comments today below. Have an amazing day connecting with Eden, which is already here in your heart, mind and soul. Take care. Namaste. Bye.